A lot of people are like, what am I doing wrong? What have I done wrong? Is it my fault? I just don't have my blow dryer with me right now. I can't find it. I don't know where it went. Somebody ate it in this house, I think. And the great thing about adding this glue, it's gonna make it feel more secure. It's gonna make it look even more realistic. And like I said, it's going to last throughout your whole day. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today I'm going to show you guys how to deal with any lace fronts that you have that might be lifting, not laying flat, buckling, and just driving you crazy. But before I jump into that, I'm going to remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. All right, before I talk about all the things that I said I was going to talk about, I will just let you know that I'm wearing the wig called Haute, H-A-U-T-E, by Renau, and this is in the color FS27, also known as strawberry syrup. I'll give you a quick little spinaroo so you can see it. I've done a review on this before. It is a really lovely, low density, no permatease, heat-friendly fiber wig with a lace front, a left monofilament part. It's just a really easy to wear, fabulous style. Every time I wear this, people seem to love it. So honestly, you can't really go wrong with this one. However, what I have noticed with this one, and it doesn't happen with all of them, but this one in particular, the lace front on mine has unfortunately stretched out a little bit, causing it to buckle. I don't know if you can see that there. So it's causing it to buckle. It's not laying flat anymore. And you know, anytime I brush it back, it just lifts up right away. So typically lace shouldn't do that. Lace should be able to sit flat to your head, even if it doesn't like fit perfectly right. Maybe it's even a little bit big. It should at least lay flat and it shouldn't lift up so easily, making it seem like there's like, it's almost like it's extra lace or something. Mine didn't come like this. It wasn't like this when I first got it, but over some wear, over some time, it has just stretched out a bit. And you know what? It happens. A lot of people are like, what am I doing wrong? What have I done wrong? Is it my fault? Or did I get a faulty piece? Or what is it? It's not necessarily your fault. I take really good care of my wigs. I store them properly. I wash them properly. I take good care of them, and I actually haven't even had out for that long, but this is just kind of the luck of the draw. Sometimes you're just gonna get a wig where the lace, unfortunately, is not amazing, and it's just gonna stretch a little bit, buckle a bit, and it's just kind of like an unlucky thing. So of course, when I first got this wig, I didn't have to do anything to it because, like I said, my lace laid flat, and it wasn't until over time that I wore it that it started buckling on me and expanding. So now if I ever want to wear this wig, I need to do something to fix that. Now, I actually just made a short on this in my YouTube shorts, and I just did an Instagram reel on it, and I put it on Facebook, and it was like less than a minute video, but I wanted to show you guys in a little bit more detail and just kind of talk you through it a bit more and give you some alternate ideas as well. So when this starts to happen, really what you would need to do if you want to wear it and not have your lace showing like that is to glue it down. So in my short video I just made, I showed everyone how I use the Got2B Glued Blasting Freeze Spray. This is basically a very stronghold hairspray for human hair that you can get at your drugstore. And this I find is just super easy to use as a glue for wigs. And it's a very well-known product that people in the wig community use and love. So I'm going to show you how to use this. However, something else that you can use if you're not into sprays and aerosols and you just want something a little bit different is I also use the Got2B Glued Ultra Glue Styling Gel. Or actually it's called Invincible Styling Gel. There we go. It's blurring out on me, but there it is. Okay, so this is the same brand, Got2B. You can get these at your local drugstore. Super easy to find usually if you know they have them in stock. But I'm going to show you how I use each of these. Now, both of these are pretty strong hold and they will last you throughout the day. However, I do find if you want like extra hold and it to be extra secure and extra plastered to your head, I find that the gel works a little bit better and is a little bit longer lasting than the spray is. The downfall of using the gel though is that it's going to give you more residue on your lace at the end. So it depends just kind of what you're willing to deal with. But okay, let's get started here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm first gonna put my wig on like this, and I'm going to pull it back behind my hairline so that I can expose my forehead. Now, what I'm gonna do is, typically you would choose one of these to use. You're not gonna use them both, but I'm gonna do one half of my head in the gel and the other half of my head in the spray, just so you can see how I do each of them. So we're gonna start with the gel. You just take a little bit on your finger, or you could, I guess you could get like some kind of applicator or Q-tip, or I don't know, if you don't wanna get your finger all mucky. Take a bit on my finger, you can see that. And I'm gonna put it where my lace front is going to lay. Now, I don't wanna put a ton, like I don't wanna completely coat my whole forehead and make it super, super duper thick. But I'm just gonna put, you know, a decent amount here and rub it in. And it's going to feel, of course, wet. And we're gonna let it get a little bit tacky at first. Gonna dry a little bit. We don't wanna fully dry it, just like a little bit tacky. While this is drying, on this side, this is going to dry a lot faster. So you don't really need to waste any time for this. So while this is getting a bit tacky, I'll show you how I do this side. I just take it and I spray it along my hairline here. Now it can get a bit wild. It doesn't get too wild, but spray a pretty good amount. Now you don't want to let this dry too much. You're going to then take your wig and stretch over top. And I like to pull the lace so that it's going to lay as flat as it can. So I'm gonna pull it kind of at my temples and lay it down. And now we need to just apply pressure. So I'm gonna get the hair out of the way. I apply pressure with my fingers at first. What you can do, there are some options here. You could take a blow dryer on a cool setting. Use your rat tail comb to push down and blow dry it as you go. I just don't have my blow dryer with me right now. I can't find it. I don't know where it went. Somebody ate it in this house, I think. It's literally disappeared. So you could take your rat tail comb, press down as you kind of blow dry your hair. That's an option. Or, you know, you can fan furiously. That could work too, I suppose. But what I like to do, just because I like to get things done. Oh, Amazon just delivered something. My little machine just went off. Anyways, I like to do things while I let this dry. So instead of holding my hands here forever, I like to take a headband, and this headband applies pressure to the lace. And now I can just like go about my day and like go get a snack, or, you know, do my makeup, or I don't know, go get dressed or something. But the headband just allows me to live my life while this dries. So I usually let this sit here and dry for, I don't know, like 5 minutes minimum, I would say, just to make sure it really dries and sets and stays in place. Now, while I'm letting this dry, I will let you know, because this is a question I get asked often as well. People always ask like, well, if you're using this on your lace fronts, can you use these products on your wig, on your synthetic wig? I do not recommend using human hair products, because that's what these are. These are a human hair hairspray, a human hair gel that are super strong holding that we can use to help glue this to our head. But this is for human hair. If we are using these products on our synthetic pieces, over time, it's going to wear out our synthetics, it's going to gunk them up, and they're gonna start getting like this filmy layer on them that's hard to get out. And it's just going to change the overall feel of your fibers. So I just really do not suggest using, especially these like stronghold human hair things, products, on your synthetic fibers. However, on your lace, it's okay. So like I mentioned, this is going to help glue your lace down so it's not going to buckle and flip and lift up throughout your day. But like I showed you while I was applying this, it's, I think, really important to make sure you're pulling your lace so it's actually laying flat, instead of just like keeping it buckly the way it was and just like pressing it down. You need to make sure you're pulling it flatter so that it like presses down from the inside out, if that makes any sense. Oh gosh, I'm falling over. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but make sure you're pulling at your ear tabs so that it actually lays flat and pulls as much as it can so that it stays down. Instead of, I'm rambling right now, oh my gosh. I'm trying to explain myself and I just keep rambling. But I don't know if you know what I mean. Like if it's still like buckly when you then put the lace down, it's like you're just like mushing it into it, but you want to pull it so it lays flat. I think I've said enough. I'm gonna stop. I'm trying to think of what else I can tell you in these 5-10 minutes while I let this dry. I can give you some quick tidbits about me if you want. I have 2 kids. They are ages 5 and 6. My daughter is going into kindergarten. My son is going into grade 2, and school starts here in like less than 2 weeks now. So we are gearing up to go back to school. We just got them new backpacks. They're all ready to go. And for anyone curious, I am from Canada. I live in Alberta, up in northern Alberta. I was born and raised in Edmonton, Alberta, and then I moved further up north. So that's where I am now, and I just enjoy working from home. Okay, I think it's been about 6 minutes or so. I don't know, I didn't have a timer on, so I'm just going by feel here. But once you feel like you've had your pressure on enough, or you've blow dried enough with your cool heat setting, then you can remove the pressure or turn off your blow dryer, and you're going to have now a lace that is stuck to your head. Now you will find that some of the hair or fibers may have gotten glued to your head. So you can see here, these front ones have gotten glued to my head. I just usually take a fine tooth comb and just comb through at the front. And that just sort of gently helps lift them off of my head, as opposed to like getting my fingers and pulling at them. This just helps me not like pull up on the lace and just gently glides through the fibers to help gradually lift them up. So I will do that to this side as well. Oh, we're getting stuck there. I think I have a little bit too much. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we are all set. So now it's all glued to my head. So when I bring my fibers back, my lace is not lifting anymore. It is glued to my head. It is feeling secure. And the great thing about adding this glue, hairspray / gel, whatever you want to call it, the great thing about adding this to your lace fronts is that if you are someone who has a wig that's maybe slipping back a little bit, if you are someone who wants your wig to feel a little bit more secure throughout the day, then this is going to be a great way to help make it feel more secure. It almost helps it melt into your skin even more because it just like stays put, it's not moving around, and it just makes that lace front look even more believable, I find. So other than having it actually get rid of those buckles and the lifting in your lace, it's gonna make it feel more secure. It's gonna make it look even more realistic. And like I said, it's going to last throughout your whole day. Now, I will let you know though that if you are, swimming with this glue on your head or working out, sweating, that will lift the lace. It's not going to stay through all of that water and sweat. But on your typical average bare day, this is going to work really well. All right, now let's talk about the removal of this. This is always a big question I get, of course. How on earth do you take this off your head? Because I mean, this is pretty stronghold. Like I'm pulling pretty hard and it is, your girl is stuck there. Like she's pretty stuck. She's very much glued to my head. So I do not recommend just like yanking it off because it's going to pull at your skin because it's pretty strong, especially the gel, of course. This is very strong. So I do not recommend just pulling it off. Not only is that going to potentially irritate your skin, but it's going to stretch the lace out a little bit too. I mean, you could be a little bit more gentler and take a rat tail comb and like work your way slowly underneath that, but I don't necessarily recommend just using that either. But here is what I do. So I could suggest a couple things here. On one side, I'm gonna do one way, and on the other side, I'm gonna do another way, just like I did with the glue in the beginning. So you could take just your average water bottle and start just spraying right at the lace. So once you spray, it's going to kind of settle into there, and I like to just sort of massage it in a little bit. Massage. dripping down my face. Just massage it in and just sort of let the water sit there and do its thing. Do its thing while it sort of gently loosens it up. Now on the other side, I'm gonna show you my other way. And I like to use micellar water. So micellar water, you can just get this at the drugstore. It's alcohol-free, oil-free, like it doesn't have any crazy things in here. And I usually use this to remove my eye makeup, but I also use this to take my glue off my lace. So I saturate a cotton pad pretty well. It's pretty saturated. And I will press this into my lace front, squish it in there, and you can see like it's slowly starting to lift here. So I'm doing this, and the great thing, oh, I put too much. The great thing is that not only does it start to lift your lace, after you get it off, you can use the micellar water to just like swipe your head nice and clean. So now that we've done this, I can totally feel this lifting. You can see that lifting so much easier now. And on this side, oh, the water has worked its way through and it is good to go. So now I can just easily remove it without stretching out my lace even more, without irritating my skin. And it's just going to be easy peasy. Now I take my micellar water and I just swipe my head, get rid of all that glue. Easy peasy. Okay, now on the wig itself, you will notice there is going to be a little bit of buildup, especially if you're using the gel. So I'll show you. See here on this side, this was the side I used the gel on, so you can see that. Whereas on this side, it's not quite as much. But you will find a little bit of buildup. And again, I will just take a bit of my micellar water and put on a cotton pad, and I will just like sandwich it. I will sandwich the lace and just like press gently, and just really gentle presses to try and help lift some of that extra gunk off of the lace if there's any. And then I will sometimes even go and just run the front under just some cool water to just help rinse just the front part out. But even just doing that has definitely helped to take away a lot of that excess buildup from all the gel and all the hairspray. Okay, you guys, I think that's all the information I have to share with you on this topic. If you have any other questions, maybe I missed telling you guys something, I don't know. But if you have any other questions, please put them below. I'll be happy to try and answer them for you. And hopefully this helps you a little bit along your wig journey. I know that there's so many questions we have when we start wearing wigs and so many answers we are looking for. So hopefully this answers at least one of your questions. Now, before I get out of here, I wanted to remind you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you go and join my Facebook support group called Chiquel's Neighborhood. It is honestly such a safe, welcoming place for anyone who's going through hair loss and who's starting their wig or topper journey. It is full of so many beautiful women who are there to express themselves, share their journeys, provide you with education, tips, tricks. It's a great place to go and look at other wigs, other toppers, colors, and just make you feel like you are not alone, which is the ultimate thing while we are on this journey. And on top of all of that, I also run exclusive sales for our neighborhood group where you can access amazing discounts and amazing deals on amazing pieces. So if you are looking for a good deal, then stop on by the neighborhood. We would love to have you there. I'm gonna let you guys go, get out of here, go enjoy your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.